Bien. I am singing at the party. I am singing, it's my turn to sing at the party. Everyone is dancing, happy party. But Ramses is not dancing, he does not dance at the parties. At night I play my games, I go to sleep, breaking up Ramses. The people in the streets, they give him treats, they give him candy. Will he ever lose? We'll never know, he'll never fight these. Ramses is the greatest, even though he runs with banners. Ramses number one, he knows the secrets of desire. Ramses number one, he puts the people all on fire. Ramses number one, he likes to run down to the playa.
Alright, hello, and welcome to the 20th video of this Corona/summer vacation that we have over here, Coronacation. Movie recommendation of the week, Nacho Libre. As you heard from this little record, I don't want to even call it a song, but just this little scene, I guess. You could tell it's a funny movie, and the voice that you were hearing was the voice of Jack Black, which is basically the man right here. And he is basically the main star. And if you do not know who Jack Black is, you probably know some of his other movies. He does Jumanji. Wow, it's pretty thick. Jumanji. This is how you spell it. And he also does Kung Fu Panda. So he's a very popular actor and a very funny one as well. And this is another one of his movies called Nacho Libre. And Libre, just for you guys to know, Libre means free. I don't know how that helps in understanding the title, but yeah, so great movie. It's hilarious. The reason why I'm recommending it to you is because it is absolutely hilarious, and it does have a good story to it, and it's funny to watch. So, without further ado, multiplication tables, part 1. So, the reason why I split this up into different parts is because of the complexity. Well, not necessarily complexity, it's just it's long, and this is the first unit that we're going to approach where you actually have to memorize something. And when I say that, I mean you guys will have to sit, probably make flashcards, look at Quizlet. This has amazing stuff. People have done so many flashcards. You don't even have to do it. Amazing flashcards over there, highly recommended. Over there, but there's a lot of memorization here, and as you'll see when we move forward, not necessarily, it's more of you doing the work. You have to study. I can't push you to study, but this lesson video will be short. Basically, you just got to study it on your own. I'm trying to brainstorm right now, like I've been brainstorming, just thinking of how I'm trying to teach you this topic, because it's kind of hard to teach you, because basically all I should be doing basically is just giving you this little thing, the information, and then say study it. That's basically all that I can do for you. You literally have to study this. You have to know your multiplication tables. Once you enter 4th grade, the minute you go into 4th grade, you need to know your multiplication tables from 1 to 12. So obviously in the multiplication tables part 1 and part 2, I will be giving you a little hints and tricks that I personally do. But specifically, you need to know this before 4th grade, which is what part 1 and part 2 will cover. But Right now, we're actually going to do 0 to 9 in this video. So this is the area that you have to cover just for this video. The next one we'll be doing 10 to 12, just for if you wanted to know. But yet again, this is going to be a short video because it's all on you. You have to memorize these tables. You have to know them. There's no logic. You don't need to understand. If I say, what's 2 times 3? The answer is 6. And you just memorize that. You don't. When it goes down the road, you just need to memorize it. And once you memorize it and it's in your head, it'll help you a lot down the road. You don't need to know that 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. If you just memorize it, you'll understand. So without further ado, let's get to it. First things first, this is your multiplication table. This is the 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s. First thing I want you to do right now is to take your phone, take an iPad, take whatever, screenshot it on whatever device you're watching this, and save it. Because you need to memorize this. You need to know, if I say 9 times 4, you need to know that's 36. And it goes in numerical order, so it's pretty simple. Let me remove those dots for you if you guys still need to take any pictures. If not, you could just... I'm going to pause myself right now for 3 seconds for you to take a picture. Just pause the video. Okay, let me just continue what I was saying since you guys all took your pictures or paused the video and took the picture or screenshotted. So, it's in numerical order, as you can see, but you need to memorize this. You need to memorize all of these. And the best way for you to memorize that, flash cards. As I said before, Quizlet has them online, Quizlet.com. Quizlet.com is an online resource. It's free, totally free. You just need to have an email and your name and you're good to go. And you can just use the search bar and do multiplication table 1 to 12 and a million flashcards will pop up. But you need to know all of these. You need to know every single little one of them. So if I said 7 times 8, you need to know that's 56. If I said 8 times 8, you need to know that's 64. Now I have another table here. Goes up to 9, because we're only going from 0 to 9. This one has 0 in it. But you'll see a trend, and I'm going to explain these little trends and little tricks I do. So take a picture of it. I'm going to pause myself. Okay, since everything was done and completed, I'm just going to further explain. So you might not know how to read this necessarily, but it's the same one as the other table. Just once you understand it, easier to look at. So 3 times 5, if I track them and I meet them in the middle, it's 15. 8, 7, remember I said 8 times 7 before was 56. So you find two numbers, let's say 3 and 1. You connect them with your two hands. And once your two fingers or hands meet, you get to the answer. So if I said 6 and 4, I go all the way down on 4, go all the way down on 6, and they meet at this number. So if I said 6 times 4, it would equal 24. I need to memorize that. You guys need to know this. I'm stressing it because you really need to know this. Because your teachers are going to expect you to know this once you enter 4th grade. And if some of you, whoopsies, kind of erased a little part that I wanted to erase. But some of you, who are in 2nd grade might be watching this, I guess. Always good to get a head start, but whoever's watching this in 2nd grade, you got another year to study it, but you still got to study it, and you still got to know it by 4th grade, because if you don't, you will have, let's say, a lot of problems. And if you're like, I don't need to study it, I'll whatever, do the math. Yeah, do the math. If you want to do 9 times 7, yeah, add 9 7 times, whatever, and then go to 63, and you say, oh, I still got the same answer. Well, your classmate who studied this said 9 times 7, 63, boom, like that. Snap his fingers, 63. You got to answer these questions with the snap of your fingers. And that's what those teachers, your teachers, they're going to expect that from you. They really are. I'm going to draw over that. Oh, I'm not in drawing mode. So your teachers are going to expect that from you. So I've been stressing this entire video. Can't stress it more enough. Study, 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 study this table. Know it. I want you to know this table by the end of this, well, by next week's video. I want you to know it by number 21 video. This is number 20. So know 0 to 9, know this table by the 21st video, the next video. Or you could take longer. You could take till the beginning of 4th grade. But because if you don't know 0 to 9 and then we move on to 0 to 12, you're going to have all this work to do. So it'd be easier to do 0 to 9, know it by this time, and then do that video. But yet again, this table is just connecting 2 dots to a number. So then you could say the first number, first number times second number equals their intersection, or the thing that they meet at. So you guys saw on those tables, I want to teach you 2 things before I let you go. Maybe a little bit more, but just 2. 0 times any number will always be 0. I want you to know that. If I say 0 times 4, 6, 7, 8, the answer will always be 0, no matter what you multiply. If your 4th grade teacher tries to test you and she says, what's 0 times 9? Because that's what you have to know. You have to know numbers 1 through 12. She could be like, what's 0 times 12? 0. All the answers are 0. When you multiply 0 by another number, 0 by blank, no matter how long that blank may be or how short it may be, the answer is always 0. Perfect. I wish this eraser was a little bit bigger. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to help all my OCD people over there. Okay. Second thing I want to stress. 1 times blank is blank. You guys were like, 1 times blank is 1. No. 1 times blank, any number, is that number. When I mean that, if your teacher goes, Jake, say 1 times 9, it would be 9. 1 times 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever you want it to be, it'd be that exact number. 1 times 2, it would be 2. 1 times 101, it would be 101. Whatever number times 1 is that number. If I go 1 times 6, 6. Because remember, back when we were talking about rows and columns, here it goes, referring to 1 times 6. If I had one row and 6 columns, and you counted the squares with 1 row and 6 columns, I would have 6 squares. If I had 1 row and 4 columns, 1 row, 4 columns, 1 times 4. Since it's 1 times a number, that number will be the answer because we have 4 squares. 1 times 8 is that number. Let's say if I'll just write it a different way. 11 times 1. It'll be 11. If a number is multiplied with the 1, it will be that number. If a question mark is times with 1, as you see on the top, sorry about that, I think we went through a little error, saying something malfunctioned, but I think I got it back. Not the point. If 1 was multiplied by some number, let's say it's a question mark, it will be that number. 1 times question mark will be question mark. It will be that same exact number. 1 times x will be x. If a number is times by 1 or is 1 times a number, the answer will be that number. It's that simple, guys. So 2 things I wanted to say is 0 times a number, no matter what it is, 0, 1 times any random number, we're going to make it n, will be that exact number. If 1 is times by a number, it will be that exact number. No plus 1, no subtracting 1, it will be that exact number. It will be the same number. They basically just gave you the answer. It's that simple. 1 times 3. Oh, answer right here. Because if I see a 1, if there's 2 numbers and I see a 1, the other number is the answer. So thank you for giving me that answer, you would say to them. Second thing I want to say, if I know it's hard to study that table, obviously. So if I said 6 times 7, your teacher goes 6 times 7. Oh my god, I forgot that one. I know 6 times 6, but I don't know 6 times 7. Boom. If I know that 6 times 6 is 36, I just add 1 more 6 to get that answer. If my teacher goes 8 times 5, and I know that 8 times 4 is 32, then I just add 8. Because this is 1 more. If I'd go 5 times 3 is 15, if I knew that and my teacher wanted 5 times 2, then I subtract 5. Because it's going down. If you looked at this table over here, as you go up in the 7s row, remember rows are vertical, row number 7, what are you doing? You are adding 7. Add 7, whatever, add 7. So when I said 7 times 6 is 42, and I don't know 7 times 7, I just add 7. And remember when I said 5 times 3 is 15, and I need to know 5 times 2, I just subtract 5. I'm going back. If I'm going this way, from left to right, I'm adding this number. This number is 2, so I'm adding 2. But if I'm going this way, from right to left, and the number is 9, let's say I'm subtracting 9 between these two numbers. Between 18 and 9, if I'm going this way, I subtract 9. If I said these two numbers and I went this way, I would add 5. So this is why, that is why, and the size of it, it would be really important for you to memorize this table right here. And if you need a picture of it, go back in the video where it was, just kind of skim the video, look for it, take a picture of it. This table, if you memorize it and you can write it down, if I go 1 dot 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 and I go x 1 dot 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 over here, and all of these are question marks and blank spaces, if I can fill all of this out on my own, it would be so much easier for you to understand it, because then you would understand the pluses and the minuses when you move this way and that way. So this is why memorizing that exact table, this one specifically, this one, oh, you can see that there was a 10. Yeah, but you don't need to know this 10. That's why I kind of drew white over it, because we're only doing 0 to 9. And as you can see, 0. All of the numbers are 0. But if I multiplied 1 by any number, it would be that exact number. Just so you know. That's why it's super important for you to understand that one, this multiplication. Studying from this one would be really useful for all the reasons that I've said. But alright guys, hope you enjoyed this little video here. Stay safe, stay cool, stay learning. Bye-bye.